Welcome back, everybody, to the Red and Tera podcast. I am, of course, Terrorist.
And I'm Red, sir. How's it going, folks? Wednesday evening. So if you hear me jumping up and cheering, it's probably because Brighton have scored against Liverpool and we've still won the league.
Yeah.
How's things, Red? You all good?
Yeah, I'm hoping that, Villa can beat Man United tomorrow and then we'll win the league. Hoping.
Right. Fucking the drudges of desperation. 4 points off the bottom. Are there any games that you see Villa winning? Legitimately, any games?
No.
Nothing?
No.
None of those games?
No.
But
look at we have the team and the squad, but we're just not playing. We're just not getting goals. We're just not And if we go 1-0 down, we're not winning 2-1. So it's either a draw or nothing. So
he's weird unlucky at the weekend.
But we always are.
But it was only a matter of time, to be honest. It was only a matter of time. But he's done well. That's the thing that it's kind of not shocking, but it's a little bit surprising. He's a really good side, like.
This is what I'm saying. Really just not getting results. Just not getting through the whole season. Just not getting results. Letting 1-0, winning 1-0, or leading 1-0, and then losing 2 and 3-1 in just from the 70th minute on. It'd be the worst record for holding a 1-0 in the Premier League. It could be Premier League history. I'm not going to lie because it's fucking horrific and it's heartbreaking. There's nothing worse than following a team when you could be 3-0 up and you're not certain you're going to get a point until the 94th minute. And they go, well, there's no way that they're going to score 3 goals in 2.5 minutes. So yeah, I think we're going to. That's what it's like being a Villa fan. It's like there's going to be 2 minutes left in the game. You're going to be winning 1-0 and still worried. Not like until that ref blows the whistle, then you'll be happy.
Well, I remember that Liverpool game, and I think it was Mane and Robertson scored in the 89th and the 92nd minute. He was winning 1-0 right to the death, and then boom. We're seeing is it McGinn linked with Arsenal?
We're going to be fucking ransacked. Absolutely ransacked.
I can see Tyrone Mings going, and I can see McGinn going, and he'll probably struggle even in the Championship. We're just missing that.
First time we went down. We went down.
Yeah.
Players left, and we struggled in the. But again, I don't even mind because even if we don't start off great, we're in the Championship and we're still better than a lot of them teams. So you go into games more hopeful than now.
Yeah, true. You have a chance of winning every game,
And people would kind of say it's a cop out, but it's not. It's just nice to feel that way about your team.
Yeah.
You're following a team, and every week you're you're joking about, saying, "No, we're going to get a 2-1 here because do you know what I mean?" And you're sitting there, bringing your head to go, "Wait."
That first goal goes in, and it's just bollocks. Here we go again.
It's just like trying to. I'd say it's 78th minute, 0-0, better team, and you're sitting there going, "They're going to break and score." So there's no relaxation when you're watching Aston Villa at all. You know what I mean? Yeah, but the kids don't do it.
Did you hear about
my kid follows Aston Villa until he pays rent.
No, fucking whatever you do, don't follow bleeding Aston Villa. Jesus
Till
Christ.
He pays rent, he can pick his own team after that. When he starts handing over Dush, here you go, son, get your own jersey.
Yeah.
Till then, my boy.
Did you hear the fucking? Did you hear what happened with Wigan?
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to fully look over it because I'm a half ahead. But it's an interesting. That's bold.
I'm going to dip into it. Disclaimer: I can't even tell you where I read it on Twitter, so I can't even give credit to the guy who done the thread, and I can't remember any of the names. And
I will
probably wrong. But so Wigan basically they had a takeover. Someone bought them out. Then a week later, another crowd linked to the same company, from what I can tell, got a loan of money and used the club as collateral to basically change owners again. The new owner then, it looks like he's basically bet a shitload of money that Wigan will go down. Within a week, the Chinese authorities got on and fucking with a wind-up order, and Wigan have gone into administration. So basically the English Football League, they approved this Chinese takeover, and within a week the club has gone into administration, and it looks like it's being used as a big betting scandal. So they basically bought this club and then they pumped a load of money onto them going down, and to make sure they've gone down, they've stuck the club into administration so they get docked 12 points and will automatically be relegated. That's what it looks like on those of things.
One quick question. Are you sure that's not Aston Villa? Definitely Wigan.
It sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This sounds like, look, I hope this is Aston Villa so that I could say, well, look, we're not shit. Really, what happened was these Chinese fellas had to come over here and wreck everything. Yeah.
Well, look, with Villa, weren't they like, if they hadn't got that playoff to go up that time, they were like 50, 60 million in debt.
Yeah, I think it's the same again. I think if we go down, we're fucked.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, so that
really
Wigan
should put a dent in that, though. But yeah, sorry, go on.
But that Wigan shit, like, you're basically looking at the English Football League approved this takeover. So they obviously vetted these guys and approved it. And within a week, like the people going in doing the administration were basically saying, this is the weirdest case we've ever seen. Like, the club is healthy. It's not hemorrhaging money. It's in pretty good nick. But there's fucking chaos out there.
And it's actually very clever because they're saying them 12 points will guarantee the relegation, which will make you money.
Yeah, but like betting irregularities in Singapore or something like that, you know what I mean?
No, what I'm saying is, like, I'm not like it's bad out, but I'm saying it's a clever scam that, like, if they come in and dock them, well, your man's guaranteed to get his money because they're going to get relegated. So if that was all orchestrated, it's actually...
They buy a club and then they use the club as collateral to take a loan out on the back of the club to buy it. Like, it's... I can't even understand half of that shell company shady shit, but it's just how that's allowed. How, there's not rules against that,
I'm sure there is.
That's some of the same shit with, like, the Glaziers in Manchester. They'll fucking... They just take money out of the club. Like, the club's earning money, they take money out and they take big loans out on the back of the club and all, like, and leave the thing fucking in debt, like.
But my dad was saying
that what happened to Liverpool. Liverpool were moments away from fucking administration with Hicks and Gillette that time. You know what I mean?
Good times.
Good times. Yeah, back in the good old days.
Yeah, now my old lad was saying as well, going at the minute. So this isn't true.
Newcastle, yeah.
We call him a wanker in the comments on the show. But he says that what was going through with the Kazawi family or something, the kind of the what do you call it, Iranians or something, are they?
I've no idea. I said like I knew the Saudis, aren't they?
Saudis, that's the one. Sorry if I offended
anybody. Because I remember, didn't they come out? The Saudis come out and apologise because of wasn't it the pirate bleeding football? They had to come out in Be In Sport or something. Was it with Be In Sport?
Yeah. No, what's funny about that was what's shady about these fucking FAs, like the associations, right? So there was concerns rained about the the humanitarian aspect of the heads getting chopped off left, right, and centre under these guys is whatever. That was raised, and the FA were like, that's grand. You're ripping some place off on money, right? Let's talk.
Not only money, you're illegally broadcasting Premier League matches. Can't have that. Go and fucking degrade women or chop heads off. But Jesus, pirate on a bleeding football.
Touch my royalties, baby.
Yeah. Come here. What do you think Masvidal in for Gilbert Burns?
Yeah. I see the promo.
I didn't. No.
Get your
watch the vlogs or whatever. Normally for the big ones, I watch them.
I literally popped up on my Facebook today. My Facebook popped up on my Facebook. I was looking at Facebook.
Showing your south side.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm not in the lock anymore, so I was looking on one's Facebook and popped up and I was kind of like,
West represent.
Yeah, so I just pressed it. Yeah, I'm on the West. Press the oak and it's a good promo.
Yeah.
We're kind of sliding forward towards Masvidal. Kind of, fair play to him. He's like a fairness to him. He's bald like a Bengal tiger.
Come here. I don't think he was ever worried about having to fight someone. It was obviously money, but I have a sneaky feeling it's going to go the way Dustin Poirier Khabib went. I think Usman is just going to get hands on him and he's going to snuff him out. Like what he done to Woodley that time. It was just 5 rounds of bleeding, leaning against the fucking cage, holding on to him. It's not going to be a striking match like Covington and Usman. Like the both of them can wrestle, so it was like what's the point in trying to fucking wrestle each other? We just stand here and bang for 5 rounds. And I don't think Usman's going to do that on Masvidal. He is just going to get hands on him, push him against the fence, and it's going to be a fucking boring match. That's
Well,
my prediction.
because if he keeps kind of darting for the body just to kind of keep going for him,
Yeah.
Masvidal throw that knee. He'll be expecting that.
Come here,
Like,
there's no doubt Masvidal's
he's dangerous. Like,
a wily fucking vet. You know what I mean?
he's dangerous.
Yeah. I just. There's too many times these fights. Like with Khabib, you'll always come up with an excuse for how the other guy is going. But like if he touches him, if he gets a hand on him, and it's the same blueprint every time. And fucking Usman is exactly the same. He like what he done to what's his name, fucking Woodley that time. It was just a shutout. He was like, I ain't gonna fucking dominate you from the 4th second to the last second. You're not gonna have the fight you're looking for. And with Masvidal coming in late notice, you know.
Yeah, but I've all my brothers coming down to watch this, so they're absolutely putting a complete dampener on it. You know?
Hey.
I'm getting loads of texts now saying, oh, I'm nowhere.
He's gonna watch this and actually be like, yeah, I'm busy Saturday. No, the Volkanovski Holloway fight is gonna be a banger again.
Like I look Holloway, like I look at
Peter Yan Aldo is gonna be a fucking slobber knocker. That is like. So I don't mind the Masvidal has that little hidden element. Can he fucking knock him out? But I just have a feeling it's gonna be like, I'm not saying 5 rounds snooze fest, but it'll be 5 rounds if he'll get hands on him. I don't think if he stands and has a knock on him, happy days. Because like Usman, he's not the worst striker in the world, but I don't know if he wants to go there. Masvidal, we'll see.
Yeah, but he might not have a choice. Masvidal might just kind of go in and take the center and dominate.
Well, like let's be honest, Masvidal is known. He's going to be either fighting Usman or Covington. He knows he's going to be fighting one of these guys that are pressure wrestler-based fighters, you know. So if he hasn't been preparing for it, you know, it's not like he hasn't had fucking wrestlers in there training with him. Or if he hasn't, he's a fucking idiot.
And he still has all that wrestling training parked off when he needs thing in the head in 3 seconds, like all that. All that training for nothing. Like, so he has that parked off in the bank.
And fucking Askren popped up a bleeding tweet there the other day, and it was like, oh, a fucking full week of this highlight. Fucking, he embraces it well, in fairness to him, Askren.
Yeah, well, again, it was one of those, like, just happens. Can't. He's gone now, isn't he? He's not coming back.
Yeah. I think he got shown up in that fight. The two of them, it was the worst fucking stand-up you'd ever seen in your life. But I think his hip and his back was gone. Like, I think he was already on the way out when he came back. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, he was a good character. He was, absolutely.
Yeah, he's a fucking love him or hate him. You tuned in to fucking either see him get knocked out or to see could he win. Like, but that Robbie Lawler fight, fucking hell, he got split open and dropped on his head within about 10 seconds.
That's because Robbie Lawler, he's just unnatural. He even looks like
he's a scaredy cunt.
Yeah, he just has that like.
Has that deadpan look in his eyes, like he's killed someone before and he'll do it again if he has to. Like.
Yeah, but he looks like
he wouldn't want it.
If he was looking at me, like he'd know he could kill me, and I don't. Like, I know a lot of other people. He kind of like knows he might. That's probably what it is. Like, he's in there going like, I might kill you. Like, when maybe just having a gargle, sitting there going like, I'm literally just talking on your pal, and he's just looking across you going, oh, bother you. That's the vibe I get off Robbie Lawler every time I see him. Think of him in the blacker. But yeah, let's get into some deeper shit, Tara. Some deeper shit.
What do you mean?
First of all, actually, before we do, right, the Maxwell thing, it's nowhere. Disappeared.
Maxwell?
Yeah, no, just the story of it. I thought it was going to be this big, huge kind of, you know, like known in the news, nothing kind of. It's just, I haven't really heard that much.
Kind of, a lot of the stuff out of the media seems to be the apologising, you know, the apologists. It's kind of like, you know, well, she was really just a socialite and a starlet. She wasn't really involved in this. Like, this was all kind of,
but there was witness accounts of her in the Epstein documentary even saying, yeah, she took her video and licked it and all. Whatever. You know, whatever she did, like. So, yeah, so that's flimsy, like.
Sorry, just dealing with a young rogue here. Looking for a drink. It's not that it's kind of disappeared, but yeah, like you're getting lots of not conflicting stories, like these little throwaway stories, like, oh, she's going to the same prison that they kept Epstein in, and it'd be
Is
like,
she?
well, apparently she is. She's going to the same Manhattan prison or something that Epstein was killed in, or died in, or was suicided in, or suicide in. Whatever. So I read that and I was like, is this just, are they turning it just into stupid tabloid shit? You know what I mean? Oh, let's tune in this week for the latest fucking crazy shit going on in the world. Maxwell has coronavirus. She's on her way to the hospital. Oh no, now she's on the way to this new prison cell, or, you know.
No, but is there any like news on court dates or anything like that? Like
Nothing.
Nothing.
The only thing is the thing that came out, which was kind of a discrepancy in the story. So if you go to the report on the charges, they actually have the paedophilia charges in there. She's been charged for committing acts of paedophilia or whatever. But when the newspaper were reporting it, it was only reporting it as the other charges on it, which were lesser charges, like procuring women or whatever the other charges were, you know what I mean? So it was like they were actively trying to keep it out of the news that she's actually being done for being involved in paedophilic acts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you wonder where it's going to go, and like, you know, is she going to see the inside of a court, and when she does, what's going to come out of it, you know? Apparently the FBI had her. They had her for a while, and they knew where she was, knew what she was doing. So whether they had her tapped up meeting people, or whether they were just...
It's not fucking social. Like, you just like see her out in some like hotel somewhere drinking free shit. Like that's what they do.
I think she went to like Oman or something like that. She was traveling about a bit, like.
Oh man.
Who she was going to see will probably be the more interesting stuff, you know. And was she working for the FBI? I don't know. Like, to be honest, the story hasn't really progressed other than she got arrested.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's kind of weird for me, is that at the start we're all kind of popped off and going, right, this is it. Let's go. Hit us with the news. And then it's just like loads of memes about how she's
like
killed.
Loads of pictures popped out. Did you see that one? There's a picture of your one, John Benet Ramsey. Remember that girl that went missing in America years ago?
I remember like Bizarre from D12 had a John Benet Ramsey.
Yeah, John Benet Ramsey in my 98 Camry or whatever, so that was a big story. That was like, you think Madeleine McCann, that was an American version, like fucking in the 90s or something like that, early 2000s. I can't remember, it was quite a while ago. But a picture popped up and it was a stock footage, so it was like in all the papers and all that. But it's a picture of her beauty pageant kind of style and a side profile of a woman's face. And people went out and they pulled out a load of pictures of your one Ghislaine Maxwell from different angles, side on, front on, and it's like image has to be her. Like,
is it Giz or Giz?
What?
Giz or Giz?
I'd be lying.
Giselle. I still don't know her fucking name. Still can't do her name.
G-Max. But apparently, your man, the Elfle, your one Jean Benet's Elfle, and Epstein shared the same law firm or something like that. So, like, the talk is that it was kind of he sacrificed his daughter to the elite or whatever, you know what I mean? That's what the talk has come out. So, it was an interesting one. It was an interesting find, you know? It's kind of like this woman, like, there's sketch artist fucking photos that look exactly like her attached to the Madeleine McCann case and all, like.
Yeah, but she wouldn't be, like, in Spain now, a back garden pulling babies out of the window.
Well, the talk is, right, if you believe such things, or you're inclined to fucking listen to such things and hear them out, apparently Sigmund Freud's nephew, can't remember his name, but he owned a property over in Portugal right beside where the McCanns were staying, and apparently John and Tony Podesta, the two Podesta brothers that were involved in Peachgate and shit like that, were staying over there at least 2 or 3 days before she went missing. They were holidaying in his holiday home. And apparently the McCanns, when they went back over to Portugal, stayed in this guy's villa. And this guy is a fucking convicted paedophile. So apparently there were sketch artists. There was 3 sketches put out by the police in Portugal, and the 2 of them pretty much looked very similar to the Podesta brothers, and the other one looked very similar to Maxwell. So, you know, call it what you want to, say what you will. I am not saying any of this is true. Look into it. Eddie Bravo style, look into it.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, tell Eddie I'm married to the Globe.
Yeah. Fuck that flat.
What was the other thing we were going to talk about? Well, actually,
yeah. Did you hear about that police crackdown?
No, that's what you're saying about that.
The police crackdown. Man, I've asked a few people about this, and everyone said to me, no, didn't hear the thing. Right. Apparently, I think it was Dutch police cracked. Right. So think of all the big cartel criminal organisations across Europe, UK, Ireland. Think like the Kinahans and shit like that.
The class
on that level. But they use this phone system called EncroChat, right? So it's a highly encrypted phone that they've removed. Like there's no camera on it, there's no GPS on it, there's no microphone on it. It's an encrypted network then that has a kill switch on it, so you can hit a button or you type in your code like, and it wipe the phone, and you can send self-destruct messages. So say I send you a message, it will have a time limit on it, and then it will delete off your phone. So apparently it's highly sophisticated, right? And all these criminal gangs have been using it pretty much with carte blanche, with the attitude of, these are encrypted. I can basically write to you and go, Red, I'm going to send you that 5 keys. It's going to be here. You don't have to pay me any money because I'm sound like that. But if you don't have any money by the end of the week, I'm going to send fucking Chopper over and he's going to butcher you.
I'll be dead by death in the case.
But, so basically, they were saying whatever the fuck they wanted on it. And the Dutch police cracked it. They cracked the code. Now, there's different rumours of how that happened. I don't really know anything about it. It was something to do with a woman involved in it that was involved in EncroChat fucking got caught, or she was with some criminal or something and got caught, and then she flipped or something. But I don't know whether that's true. But anyway, they cracked the server basically, and rather than running out and fucking arresting someone to force it, they shared it with different police organisations. So like Interpol got involved, the UK police. Apparently there's like 60,000 phones on this network, and like 10,000 of them are in the UK. So basically the UK done like they done about 2 or 3 months of like fucking watching who was saying what, where they were going, what they were doing, and they done a big seizure. They got something like 50 million in cash and fucking drugs and guns. Apparently in the Netherlands they found a kill room where they had down by the docks, they had like containers kitted out with like dentist chairs with scalpels and fucking sprains and all, like, and they were catching, like, they knew everything that was going on. Apparently they've got loads of police, so all the police who were giving information to the criminals. Basically it's probably one of the biggest crackdowns in like criminal history, you know what I mean, right across Europe. So they shared it with like Spanish police, German police, French, you know what I mean, and they cracked down on all the criminal networks. They literally had everything.
Did they get loads of weed now?
What?
Loads of weed now, did they?
I didn't hear about weed. There was lots of cocaine and meth and shit like that, but I'm sure they got weed as well. They got a load of grow houses or something like that.
Now on the way, lads. Get your one bags in and put them away.
Like, I just came across this story and then seen nothing else in the news about it. And anyone I've asked has been like, no, I didn't hear anything about this. So it just shows you these times there's so much going on that literally one of the biggest crackdowns on criminal networks across Europe went literally under the radar. No one fucking has heard about it.
Yeah, but was it even like televised?
Well, I don't watch news.
That's what I mean. So, like, so a lot of people will listen to that.
Imagine it pop up on fucking Facebook or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's all you weird conspiracy heads that share that shit, so you have to kind of take it with a pinch of salt.
honestly, I don't really share articles or anything like that anyway.
No, what I'm saying is the lads kind of that, you know. Like, so again, all nice fellas, it's not an attack on them, but when
I'm surprised, like,
you know,
has your local drug dealer surfaced that? You know what I mean? Has he
it's got flown around, like it's flown around, splendid. That's why I'm worried. Because
I remember hearing about one
week.
young flick in Coolock having one of them phones. He paid like $5,000, and the police caught him with it or something. Took her out. Like, what the fuck are you doing with this? Apparently, like, they put out like a hit and shit on it. You know what I mean? Like bounty on someone's head. Off you go, have at it, lads. You know, it was literally, all that fucking like The Wire, basically. You know what I mean?
Do you know, when you were saying that at the start, I was thinking that, like, you were sitting there telling the story, and then my head's going like, when you walk in the garden.
But man, it was again, I seen that one article and then didn't come across it again. I had to go looking for it, and I was looking into that Encro chat. So basically, they were paying for a 6-month contract that was costing £1,500. So that would give you your encryption, and I had all the little kill jokes on it where like self-destruct messages and all, man. It sounded madness, you know what I mean? But yeah, somehow they cracked it, and then said that it actually the software or the Encro chat itself isn't illegal, so they didn't even go after the book or the encryption. It was just all the criminals they got, you know.
If it's not illegal, well then, can the cops not be done for
cracking the network? No, because if you like, it's not illegal for you to drive a car, but it's illegal for you to drive a car with no license or no insurance, or, you know what I mean? Yeah. So the network itself didn't do anything wrong. It was the people using it were fucking using it to set up hits and sell drugs and shit like that. You know what I mean? So
see, that's why I couldn't be a hitman. I didn't send it to me, man.
Yeah.
I always do that sort of shit. Like, I mean, like, yeah, here I want John gone, lads, gone tonight, bang. Sorry, man, that wasn't for you. Love you. So, that's why I'd never make it a hitman. But yeah, that's mad shit, man. That is the fucking, like, because it is, because you watch it on movies now, but you don't realise how, like.
Oh, like, yeah, this was a big one. They fucking, like, literally sat on it for 2 or 3 months, kept it in house so that no one found out about. Like, there's loads of cops. They have all the cops' names who, like, you know yourself, you get shit like, oh, I'm dropping that off tonight, don't worry, such and such in the guard he's gonna let us know if anyone's, you know what I mean? Like, probably names getting dropped all over the place. So, like, there was loads of in the UK, there was cops and all arrested, you know what I mean? As far as I know, I've read a couple of things on it, but it was kind of like, no way, that's mad. And then I went looking at the Encro chat yoke to see what that was all about. But other than that, like, I'm sure there's fucking cases of what happened in the Netherlands and Germany, you know, but they went arresting everyone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's mad. That's mad, because it is, like, when I kind of explain it, it's like we're sitting there and you're telling me, like, the plot to a movie, and I'm sitting there going, man, I'd rent that. You know what I mean? Or I'd sit down on Netflix. But it's weird. But no, what I'm saying is,
to be honest, if no one's actually heard that story, that is actually, that's actually a script I've been writing for a movie. It's going to be coming out next year, starring me and Red.
So,
so there was that, and what was that? There was another little story somewhere. No, it's gone. Yeah, but no, I couldn't believe it. Like, there's 2 or 3 people who said it, and they were like, never heard a dicky board about that. Not a fucking dicky board.
Yeah, because it was literally, you mentioned something literally before we came straight on, and I was just sitting there going, no. But it kind of like, it was like, actually, you can explain it to me in a bit. And then, but when you said it, man, that's rapid. Like, it's not, obviously it's not rapid, but like, I get mad kind of fascinated by that sort of shit, because again, like, it's all very kind of fucking, like, even when you hear about, like, you know, when you're watching, like, podcasts talking to bank robbers, and they're telling you, like, oh yeah, you could really jump on the table, you throw the thing, you make sure everyone gets, and you're sitting there going, that's mad that it does happen that way, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
You hear someone recounting a real story about it or whatever, like.
Yeah, it's just that, because a man named Darren English, watch some of his podcasts, he'd be talking to the lads, or the ex-gangsters, and
man Atwood, you ever hear Atwood? He's the same.
What?
Your man Sean Atwood. I think he was locked up and all. Yeah, he's fucking like some of his stuff. He's
like, man,
we used to fucking sell this and that and all. You know what I mean? So
yeah, his story is pretty cool as well, actually. Yeah.
Have you been keeping up with this Roderick O'Gorman thing online?
Well, I know the basics, but again, like the thing about it is, when you get kind of stuck into this kind of more localized shit, that's why I prefer my politics global, because it's less heartbreaking because you've no dog in that race. But when you're sitting here and you know that like all this shit's going to come out and nothing's going to happen to him, like, and then in 2 months the Irish people he'll do something, and then the Irish people
already been fucking
warning the Dublin City fucking key. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like.
Well, anyone who had any concerns was an alt-right anonymous troll, you know.
But this is what they're trying to say: being anti-paedophile makes you far right. Okay, so you're saying you're on the left.
Your man Peter Tatchell was on like your man Matt Cooper's fucking yoke earlier, and it was like, so did you mean that when you said it? No, I didn't mean it. All right, grand. Now there you have it. He apologised and said he didn't mean that. They misquoted him. And it's like, hold on a minute. He didn't only just say that. And he didn't say like it'd be hard to condone. Like he's had loads of incidents over the years where he's said like having sex at 9 or 10 years, there's nothing wrong with it. I know loads of people who've had great sexual experiences with older men as kids and it didn't cause them trauma and anything like that. And there's interviews of them. It's like, hold on a minute, he didn't even deny it. He just kind of said, no, I was misquoted at the time. All right, grand, you were misquoted. You've said you're misquoted. Grand, we move on. It's like all these fucking pedo apologist cunts fucking doing pedo apology. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's annoyed me a little bit because your man Gorman just kind of came out and rather than address it, he just played it off as, oh, it's homophobic, alt-right, fucking anonymous trolling going.
And see, that's again, this is my issue here.
Legitimate concern.
But this is it. So where's the homophobia? Is it homophobic because you're criticizing things he has said, Sherry Blank? So that means you're doing it because he's gay, so you're homophobic.
Well, that's basically what he made out, yeah.
And this is what, but people have to take heed to this because this is what's going on. Something that simple can now have you labeled as homo. Like being a concerned parent can basically merely criticizing this minister who happens to be gay is now makes you. So are we not allowed to criticize a minister? Are we not allowed to criticize a politician over something that's quite legitimate? And if it's not legitimate, why didn't you get on straight away? Say, here, lads, look, this is all blah 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 blah. Knock that on the head. You didn't. You kind of waited until he was forced out, and then he came out swinging like awkward, throwing back an aim,
deflecting it. And the other part of it is it's not him bringing in the legislation. The legislation was tabled, but now that he's in the ministerial role, it will be him bringing in this legislation. Basically, they want to allow 16, 17-year-olds to get sex change, but without your parents' permission. So this is the new law they're trying to bring in. So they're basically like kids who aren't old enough to drink, smoke, drive, anything like that, will be allowed to circumvent the family, your parents, your guardians, and make a life-changing decision to change sexes and all. Now, that's a much deeper moral argument. So I don't really like getting caught up in it because I don't know enough about it. But to me, your parents should have a big say in anything that you do.
Absolutely.
Because if you go out, like if a kid is out in the street corner drinking cans and smoking and smashes a neighbour's window, everyone on Facebook will be up in arms. Their parents, they're not even looking after that child. The kids were dragged up, blah, blah, blah. But then a scenario like that with a huge decision, huge implications because with the drugs that the hormones, the surgery, whatever it entails, that's a huge decision for the child.
And it can't be undone.
And this guy now, he's been in pictures with a known paedophile apologist, because that's all your man Peter Tatchell is. You can fucking say he isn't. There's enough information out there on him. He's written as part of pedo books. He's part of this fucking he's so many incidents where he's spoken about lowering the age of consent and talking about people who've had sex as kids and all that. There's too much there that it's like, why are you even talking about that if you don't think that it's right? Say it and move on. Don't keep coming back to it and keep readdressing the lowering the age of consent. There's something fucking weird there. Why do you want kids to be fucking having sex with adults? What the fuck? You know what I mean? So
no, because he wants adults having sex with kids. That's the thing. Like,
whatever, you know what I mean? You just don't want your mates getting locked up, is it? But your man Gorman, then there's something not right there. Why is he in charge of Minister for Children? Why is it? You know, you're going into territory here. I know Paddy Houlihan got into trouble for making comments about Leo because he was gay and not having kids and all. He wouldn't understand what it was like. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but it's like wouldn't understand what it's like to, have to bring your kids to school in the morning and all, like, which, you can kind of see it, but at the same time, like Leo, he wasn't Minister for Children or anything like that. He's a fucking Taoiseach. He's running the country, you know what I mean?
But being gay doesn't really affect your ability to do anything, to be fair. Well, because common sense is common sense.
But I looked at a video of your man Gorman and he's with an LGBT meeting and they're talking about sex education and how they want to lower the age of the sex education so people are taught about trans and gay and all that, but from a younger age. And it wasn't even that annoyed me. It was more that he was talking about we're going to force the parents to submit to this. It's like the language in it, force the parents to submit to this. And if they don't get on board with it, we make it so difficult for them to not get on board by, say, they'll have to take their child out of the class if they don't want to engage in it, which means you'll have to get off work, go in, take your child out. It becomes such a burden on you that you'll end up just submitting to it. That was his attitude. It's like, what's all this sinister fucking shit, you know what I mean?
Well, that's because when it's an ideology, you have to force it. Well, that's the problem. Like, that's just simple.
When you know where that ideology is spawned from.
That's why you have to force it, because people know they don't want it, they reject it. Normal people, everyday citizen rejects your version of utopia. We just do. We don't we may agree with some little tiny parts here and there in theory, but the practical doesn't work. Fuck off, we reject it. So because we reject it, it has to be done by force. You cannot.
Yeah.
They've set it up to where, like, even back in the day, I mean, these differences have always kind of been around throughout the time. The differences back there from like 2016, 15, back, the difference was you were able to talk about it. You were able to discuss it with people.
Yeah, now you can.
And they were able to hear your side. And you may not even disagree. You may never agree. You may be just this side and I'm on this side, blah, blah, blah. But the context mattered. Intent mattered. Was there any malice behind what's being said? Mattered. All that seemed to have mattered. But nowadays, and this is part of the ideology, is that they refuse to engage. Simply refuse to engage. If you disagree with me, you are X, Y, and Z. That's what it is.
Ireland is fairly progressive. Like you think of a lot of the stuff that's come in, the gay marriage and stuff like that. Ireland was, very supportive of that. I think the people were very like, yeah, you can love who you love, you can marry who you want to marry.
Well, I don't think that's progressive. I think Irish are just begrudgers. So they're just saying to the gays, look, if you want to be as unhappy as we are, rock away. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but my point being that the way your man O'Gorman came out, like if he had to come out and said, look, I don't really know Peter Tatchell, I didn't realise, I'm not one to say that he has done this or hasn't done this, but if he has done it, obviously I'll distance myself from that, blah, blah. You'd say, all right, fair enough, walk away. He came out so aggressive and he was attacking people, like genuine parents that had concerns about, they probably never heard of Peter Tatchell before all this happened. So they're reading it and then going, well, what the fuck is this? We have legitimate concerns. This is a new government. It's not a government of the people. So we're a bit fucking sketchy of what's going on here. And then the first thing out the traps is that you're attached to this guy who's supposedly a paedophile. Right, so what's your, you have to come out and address this. And when he comes out, he goes on the attack. Everyone's out to get me because it's homophobia. Everyone's out to get me because they hate gays. That's not what people are saying.
Literally what I just said. But that's what they always do. That's what they all do. You can't, it's like, for them, because they look, they're basically like, for me, right? And this is what I think I've cracked it. Right? I think I've cracked it. These dudes,
got the code.
Yeah, because like mainstream media is kind of being, accused of brainwashing these ideologues, but it's not. It's memes. They're reading memes and they're basically going, oh well, that makes sense. Therefore, this side is true. And it's like, well, I could slaughter that meme. Like I could literally break it down and butcher it, but it's a meme. So I know it's a meme. So I'm not going to go, hold on a second, this meme is not funny, it is not true. Blah, blah, blah. So that's me.
They read that fucking Bill Gates. Mad to think a philanthropist who's given his life to helping people and medicine and stuff like that. And he's a philanthropist, and all these couch sitters at home fucking complain about it. It's like, right, so you read the meme now, and like the amount of people I had in discussions because of all the corona shit and all Bill Gates vaccines and all that, come out and go, oh yeah, Bill Gates, the bad guy philanthropist. And it's like, man, you just read a meme. You've no idea who the fuck Bill Gates really is, other than Microsoft and philanthropist. You haven't looked into anything else, but you read a meme. You're woke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not deep into Bill Gates stuff either. I have to say, I think he just. I think he could be wrong about him. He might be right. He's not know, but it's too heavy for me. And I'm not saying he is or isn't, but there's a load of shit to keep up with, man. As I explained in the last week podcast, like, retention is not great. You know what I mean? Like lots of weed rent. So it's just like I can't do it. I can't get Salah scored. Lovely triple captain. Yep. I just can't kind of. There's too many shits. Like, and
it's hard to keep up with everything. And I'm a cunt for names and dates and shit like that. You read, like, on any given night, you could read 2 or 3 different things. Like I'm saying with that the Encro chat story. It's like I just popped across that, and it was only because I mentioned it to someone else I even remembered it. It's like, geez, yeah, I remember reading something about that. Did you not hear about it? And I had to go and look it up again to refresh me memory on it. You know what I mean? It was just something that browsed past. Like there's so much shit going on in the world. Like,
that's 2020 is an absolute fucking roller coaster. Like, if it was a movie, it was winning an Oscar. Like, I swear to God, it had everything.
I was seeing something on I think my outlet was saying to me, in Ethiopia for like the last 30 years they've been trying to build a dam at so the Nile runs from through Ethiopia all the way on up to Egypt. Oh, there's 2-0 Henderson. So basically they've spent 30 years trying to build this dam, and now that they build it, they have to gather up 70 metric tons of water or something in it to then start using the hydroelectric plant and all that. And basically, by them doing that, they're going to dry up the Nile all the way up to Egypt, which Egypt is basically you're not damming up the Nile. We rely on it for agriculture and fucking horticulture, whatever. You know what I mean? It's looking like Egypt could be going to war with Somalia, but Somalia are sitting there we've had 30 years of fucking famine here. Our people are starving. We need this dam to start. So it's such a non-story in the world. You ask most people, you hadn't heard it. Hear Dickie board about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. Again, nothing. No, me. I probably did read it. I just forgot I read it. It is. It's just it's a mad 2020. If you literally go back to January, think about Tiger King. Right, that was
so long ago, didn't it?
A month and a half ago, and we were all walking around saying "fuck you, Carol Baskin." Yeah. And now it feels like it was
damn Carol Baskin
before Christmas. When the fuck was Christmas? Christmas was man,
we're halfway through the year. We're beyond the halfway mark. It's fucking July.
Yeah, it's like.
Did you see? Come here. Did you see the lockdowns in Australia? Did you hear about any of them?
No.
I was looking into it. One of the lads said it on Facebook, and he's over there. And I went looking at it, and it's 6 or 7 big social apartment blocks. And I think there was only a few cases, maybe 20 cases or something. But they basically locked down these apartment blocks for 4 or 5 days. Hundreds of police stationed outside, and I seen a video, and it's a police officer with 4 or 5 medics, nurses or whatever, and they're going around knocking door to door to get swabs to test everyone, like, and everyone's locked in their gaffs and they're rationed like medicine and food and all that, and they basically just been locked up. I don't think anyone's even died. I could be wrong about that, but it's only a few cases. Like, I think in Australia they've only had a couple of hundred deaths anyway, out of like 40 million people or something. But they've locked down like social housing, you know what I mean? So they've shut down parts of, I think that might have been Melbourne as well today, but I think that was Victoria. But like, yeah, they just fucking went in, locked apartment block, right? You aren't getting out, armed police everywhere on every floor and all. You're not allowed out of your house, like, out of your apartment.
Yeah, no.
Mental.
Come here for that.
No. Come here. Wanted to ask you, I don't know if you want to get into it or not, but maybe you might have a little say on it. But now, you know me, I'm not a huge fan of battle rap at all. But I think, did you see that yoke that went on? And I'm sure you did see it. In, what was it, the UK? Premier Battles or something?
Yeah, Premier Battles. It's just...
Want to discuss it? You ain't to say in it?
Not really. I just think they're...
Well, break it down for people who maybe aren't into battle rap at all or whatever. What happened?
Right, so basically this guy had a George Floyd bar in one of his rounds, and the league decided to remove him from the tournament. And I think he's removed from the league, the entire thing. And I don't think they're showing the videos and all that stuff because they have respect to blah, 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 blah. They basically decided that now when you're a battle rapper, you have to appease the gods before you can release your shit. If you disagree with them politically, you're gone. Simple. If you think something was funny and they don't, you're gone. They think something's offensive and you think it's just a bar because it's battle rap, you're gone. Right. That's battle rap. So they kind of.
And you don't think there's any? You don't think, like, can you go too far in battle?
No.
But like, my opinion on it now, again, I'm not a huge battle fan around, but my opinion would be, and this stems from when we were doing the DFI, and I remember we went into, was it DC TV or something? We were running DC TV, and one of the lads had made a reference to something in a bar that was flagged. Someone who seen it on the TV felt offended when they heard it. And I remember you were maybe going in to do a round table discussion with some people or whatever. I don't know if
I went in. And what happened with that was, so what I thought I was going in to have a chat with a few people that were kind of discussing the battles and whether they should be on or whatever that, like, because they got reports about, you know, certain things that were said on the battles. The man called me in. I think he wanted to call me in to do like a video to apologise to these people and reassure them. Right. Basically got on the camera and says, listen, if you're offended, turn her off. Don't watch it again.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the end of the interview. I'm not. Why should we apologise to you? Who are you? Oh, you were offended. So what? Now you know not to watch that again. Lesson learned. Do not. If you see DFI TV on DC TV, do not click past. Simple. And that is the end of your problem. You're the one with the problem.
And again,
it's your problem. Simple.
My attitude.
And he didn't hear it. He didn't hear it. Like, I went in. I done a full interview with that sort of rant, and he didn't even hear it.
They didn't hear.
Just took us off, you know.
We fucking gave them half the bleeding content on that show anyway.
And fuck them. I'm not changing. Because it is what it is. It's that simple, like, is that you, like, if you have any of these sort of things that you think that there's limits, you shouldn't be involved in battle rap. And people go, oh, but shot for it doesn't matter. You also don't get to tell another battle rapper what style he's allowed to like. And you're not going to tell these battle fans that they're not allowed to like shock value, but you don't get to do that. And I'm not talking about the battle league owners. I'm talking about other battle rappers as well who are going to sit there and say, well, listen, none of it matters. It doesn't matter. Everyone has their own style. It's about creativity. That's what the whole thing is. And some people have different sense of humour. Some people have different levels of blah, blah, blah. But you should never, ever, ever start banning people and telling them they cannot do anything. Because it's
kind of a hostile environment like this. You don't feel like there should be.
No,
right.
I don't. And I'll tell you why. And you know, I'll tell you why, right? Because when you start doing that, it's the end of battle rap, and it goes against what you're trying to achieve. For example, politics, right? Politics is what divides us. We all have different views on politics, and that's what we argue about. And we do not take. When we all go to then a battle rap event where we're not black, we're not white, we're not Irish, we're not Brits, we're battle fans going to be entertained by lads slagging the absolute shit out of themselves. That's what we do. We all walk in, we take it as a joke. Everything that's said is just banter. Blah, 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 blah. We all have, ooh, that was bad. Because, again, how can you tell me that a paedophile joke is worse than making a loose reference to George Floyd? How can you tell me that? Is paedophilia...
Was it racial or was it just?
I think he said something like a kneel on your neck or something like that.
Right.
I'm not sure, but again, it doesn't. Even if it wasn't a good bar,
it wasn't racist though. It was insensitive, maybe. Is that?
Yeah, I don't know, because again, I didn't hear. I seen somebody wrote the comment that that's all he had said. But it doesn't matter. It could have been a shit bar. This is battle rap. You get shit bar. It doesn't. Just because it's a bad bar, it means that he meant it. Just because it's a controversial topic, and he says it doesn't mean that he meant it.
Say to play devil's advocate here, as a league, if something like that was to get your channel blacklisted or to get your battle league a bad rep, or you lose sponsors or something like that, would you have a different opinion then from their point of view, do you think?
No, because the sponsors and all these people get told at the start, this is what it is. Yeah. They've all said it. They've always said it. They've always had. See what I'm saying now? They have always said that. Battle League owners and Battle League fans and battle rappers have always said this. But now something was... Because essentially what's happened is, because battle rap is so volatile and there's so many different characters. What your man said, I could think of 20 bars off the top of my head that other big, huge... famous battle rappers have said.
About the time, or
and even if there was shit happening, like when Madeleine McCann was going around, I'm sure somebody was having bars about Madeleine McCann as it came out. You know what I mean? And the fans will react. The fans will react negatively, and that's what you do. The fans will go, we don't like that beer. You might even lose the battle over it, but you should never ever be discontinued.
But battle rappers always want to be the first one to drop the newest punchline, the newest relevant topic. Because, later on in the battles, if you're in an earlier battle, you get your shout out first, and then someone else later on have a battle. But just my opinion on it, as I'm not completely unbiased, I have some sort of insight into battle. I've watched battles. I'm not a huge fan, but in my opinion, the artists themselves should live and die by what they say, and they should only be held responsible. If you like, I've seen some really interesting battles where it got very, very close to the line on, say, racial issues. But a guy does it so fucking creatively, and you're getting applauded from the crowd. And then another guy will do something that's completely, and you get a smack in the face off the guy he's battling. You know what I mean?
But the bloke that hits him is in the wrong there.
Yeah, but you live and die by your words, so you face.
No. I'm sorry. No, not with battle rap. People say, "Oh, you're trying to say it's yes." And don't act like it's not just battle rap, because it always has been. People, when you go into a battle rap, I've had a fella say to me, for instance, I heard your mom has cancer because your mom died of cancer because her lungs were bad. Ha ha ha! I'm fucking glad, and people clapped that. I was just like, yeah, my mom's not dead, isn't it? But to say something like that, right? That is to a person. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's just bars. He didn't mean it.
I remember. Did someone make a comment about someone's kid died or something? That happened in a battle before. Someone's kid had died, and they made a comment about the kid dying and saying, "I'm glad," or something like that. Did that ever happen, or am I completely making that?
No, I think I remember Sense had a Reece Jones bar.
Right.
Not Reece. It was a Reece Jones or Jamie Bulger or something, that one of them sort of bars. But again, the crowd didn't like it. He was hated for a long time over it.
Right. So that's kind of my attitude. Is the artist will live or die by. If you say if you're going to get close to the bone on something and you fuck it up, the reaction you get, if you get hate online or whatever, the reaction you get, you have to live and die by that. You know what I mean? But you should never be told you can't say it.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be excommunicated.
No.
You know what I mean? You shouldn't be found guilty for doing something that everyone else has done, just not that one particular. It's not the type of people that say about locker room talk. That's what they go, did you ever tell them about grab a by the pussy? Like, well, not those exact words, but blokes, when they're in, we do that sort of stuff. About the fella we're talking, his sister, we'll say weird shit like this to people because it's bloke banter. Because we understand.
Red.
But we understand that it's just that's what it is, and that's always how it's been in battle rap. And battle rap was always the same. It's always been, well, look at this fella saying some fucked up shit to me, some nasty shit to me, but it's a battle rap. We're gonna have a drink with him afterwards. You know what I mean? And even when you say some shit that, like, look at this is controversial, but you know what? The guy rocked up to England and slagged the dead soldiers. As me and you were the only people in the Irish lads in the building, around fucking 150 English lads. I stood there because I know that I don't mean that. When I said that, I didn't mean that British people.
And you know yourself, all the UK battlers always come to Ireland and they drop the potatoes in the bar and they get cheers out the crowd.
Because it's bars, it's battle rap. And Joe, your oppression isn't worse than anybody else's oppression at that time. And if you slag somebody about so if somebody's feeling, like their kid was stabbed to death, and you do a stabbing bar, they'll always get that little thing in their head. And they'll always get that little, but you can't, you know what I mean. But they're there and they understand it, and then they rock away with it. But if you start sitting there going, well, this is offensive, you have to say goodbye to battle rap, and you can't say, but this is offensive to this round. So therefore, but everything else is like, I don't care if your girlfriend had a miscarriage and somebody talked about it in the battle. I don't care. That's all right. That's, you know what I mean. Don't worry about all the other girls who were here and have had music, or friends or brothers. Don't worry about all that, but you can't, because that's what they've done. They've dipped into a vast array of shit that shouldn't be said. Put her over there and says you cannot say. They said you cannot say that. And
once you come out and apologise, once you give in to the cancel culture, once you allow them 1 inch, where does it stop? Where does it end now? What's the next bar that's going to be too offensive?
Well, once you open up, you're willing to drop everything.
Battle, will you get a list of things that you can talk about and can't talk about? Like, will you be told before you go into a battle now, if you have any bars on this topic, or this topic, they won't be accepted and your video won't be played? Is that what's going to happen?
It's bizarre. Like, and the amount of people that are trying to defend it and all, like, it's like you can't. Like, the principle is all the same, and that's what you have to live by. You have to live by the principle of it. Either it's okay or it isn't. It's all okay or it isn't. And people can say, oh, well, it's easy to say, okay, fair enough. Hello.
You saying loud to Red?
Daddy.
Say what up. What up, everybody? Say what up.
Daddy.
What? It is. Right, come here. Do you want to wrap this up anyway?
Yeah, because we're going to get paused.
I know you go on and on about the battle stuff when you. I probably shouldn't have got you started on it.
This is why I didn't want to talk about it, because I will get lads. Blah, 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 blah. Listen, there's no one.
But come here, look, as a former league owner, everyone's going to want to hear your opinion on it. You know what I mean? So you may as well address it.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, I would have.
I'm sure you probably lost a few.
Not only would I have released that, I'd have probably used a similar sort of angle myself on that sort of the George Floyd stuff. I've done it with everybody. I don't care, because I know that I don't mean it. It's just battle rap, and I always assume that we all are of this understanding. And now it seems that we're not. So it's like, okay, let's no more gay jokes, no more stabbing bars, no more murder bars, because murder's quite serious. So no more murder bars, and it doesn't matter if you're not offended by it, because now we have people that are, and they will start, and now they know that you're willing to relent. Yeah. You're willing to just go and drop things because of offence. Fine. Yeah. Just drop it all. Because it's all offensive. At the end of the day, it's all offensive.
You go back to disaster and all that, fucking some of the shit he'd be saying about people.
This is what I'm saying. And he's one of the biggest battle rappers in the world, because people that watch it, they get it. Everyone watches it, they get it. Now, there's going to be some people that don't get it and don't like it. And I was like, okay, fair enough. You don't have to watch battle rap again. This is not for you. Do not watch it.
When in a movie they'll do a piss take on something, or not even a piss take, a reenactment of something, or they'll show a grotesque scene of someone being abducted and murdered or something like that. They're not actually abducting and murdering someone. They're just telling a story.
This is entertainment.
That's all battle rap is. It's like, I'm going into your territory. I'm going to say, like with you, when you went over to England and you're saying shit about the Queen and all that, to get a reaction out of your fans, to get a reaction out of your crowd, to get them going, ooh, get them again, and then you get them on your side, or then you get them to appreciate what you're doing, or they hate what you're doing. It doesn't matter. You're going in there, and your job is to say as much fucking shit to upset your opponent as possible. And there's some
But my
outrageous shit.
particular strategy is find something that they hate hearing about themselves and do 3 rounds on it. That's what I do. I find out what you really do not want to be called, and I would do 3 rounds of that just to get on just
So
because
can you
it's
imagine
fun.
all the shit you said
Just
about
because
Pamphlet?
it's fun.
Can you imagine
creative.
all the shit you said about Pamphlet? That was all gay jokes. Imagine gay was off limits now.
It probably will be. So, just because I disagree with them, Tara, just because I disagree with these lads, I'll probably have all my shit taken down now. Because I simply disagree with them. I believe that you should just, once you do it, it's a slippery slope. Because again, you don't. If you now get to say you're doing it because it's offensive and because of the court nature, blah, blah, blah. But then everyone is offended. The gay people are offended by homophobic jokes. So, like, my attitude is, look at, don't watch it. If you don't like this sort of thing, don't be involved in it. Just walk away. Just walk away from it. If it's getting too much for you and you're saying, you know what, in this day and age we shouldn't be saying this. Well, you know what? Okay, I understand your opinion. You're correct. For you, I get that. So no longer watch it. And then it's no longer an issue for you. If you never watch a battle rap again, you won't care what's being said about it because you don't care. But the people who are there watching it, enjoying it, they're not walking out and going, oh, when he said that part, that changed my mind. Now I'm going to. People just walk up and go, that was a dope bar, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, but the rebuttal was better. And it's like they're saying, battle rap brings us all together. Stop letting politics creep in because that's what the divide is. And now we're going to start getting divided and all this sort of shit. And people will come in and go, oh, he's using it, it's battle rap. Yes, I fucking am. I'm using it because that's what it is. It's battle.
Like say for instance,
it's that
say they didn't take down that video and hadn't made that statement, and that video went up, and that bar was said, and few people maybe thought it was distasteful. A lot of people maybe thought it was distasteful, and it became a talking point. But then it went away. You know what I mean? And it moved on to the next event, and maybe people thought, right, I don't like that guy anymore because what he said was insensitive, and I didn't. And then you get on with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But now it's become this focal point, and it's going to create division, I think, because obviously people are going to be splitting it. Some people are going to go, no, man, you can't. The way of the world at the moment, you can't fucking say that one exact thing. But I remember years ago, it was always something. Oh, you can't say that. Oh, you can't, like, around the
McCarthyism. That's what it was.
Yeah, but it was like, you know, you can't say anything about Madeleine McCann, or you can't say anything, you know. There was always a few people would say it, but because you didn't give in to them, they just shut the fuck up.
They disappeared. They you know what they did? They realised that sort of thing was not for them. And they probably badmouthed it to people, but that was it. But now it's like, oh, I don't like that, cancel. Oh, well, we don't like this. We have decided that we don't like this. Now, we have decided that this is actually homophobic. So, so you have to take it down. But it has a lot of fans that understand what it is and enjoy it, watching it, and they don't see it as that. But we do not like this. We see this because see the way this happened here. Like, I mean, they talk about fucking chess is racist, man. They're talking about chess is racist because the whites go. They're inanimate fucking objects. Don't be so. Do you know what I mean? It's my tits are starting to get bubbling about this. It's so fucking head wrecking. I'm about to blow up here. I'm literally about to explode because it's like just like none of the shit. We're looking about it all. None of the shit was an issue a month ago. None of it. Paw Patrol. My kid's able to watch that. Now if he watches it, he's a fucking Nazi. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous, and people are afraid, and they're going to go. They're just not. Everyone knows it's stupid, but nobody's saying that, and that drives me fucking mad. 90% of people do not agree with you.
J.K. Rowling has come out and signed like an open letter to try and get rid of cancel culture, and it's like Jesus Christ, the fucking the crows coming home to roost or whatever. You know what I mean?
And they've been after her for a while.
They've been after her for a while, but she was one of the starters of all this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The snake that eats its own tail.
She fucking started this, and now it's come back on her, and it's like, oh, let's pen an open letter, and like fucking Deepak, who was it, Chomsky or something like that. A few authors and shit like that have all signed it, and it's like, you were one of the initial instigators of this shit, and once you give in, once you crack open that door, there's no closing the fucking thing. Like, all speech, in my opinion, I don't care how fucking radical you are. I don't care if it's Mein Kampf, if it's fucking you should be allowed, if someone wants to go and fucking read that book or believe in fucking whatever religion or whatever, have at it. You can't censor anything. If someone's going around say fucking kill all bleeding white privileged fucking Catholic people or whatever, have at it. Say it. It's when that transfers into the violent acts, that's when you can do something about it. But people just talking and having opinions and shit like that, you can't shut down one thing because that's anti-Semitic or that's racist or that's and then it's like, well, where does that stop? What aren't you allowed? And you see, Twitter, YouTube,
it doesn't stop.
We're probably already banned and we've only got a video up. You know what I mean?
This is the issue. It doesn't stop. They're never fucking satisfied. So even it was like defund the police. Oh, do you know what? Okay, we'll defund the police. No, actually abolish it. What, but you wanted to defund it? Yeah, I know, but now we want you to abolish it because you relented. So they'll always ask for more. It'll never be enough. So it's just and again, they're the loud minority. 90% of the world disagrees with them because you know what? Nobody thinks like you. When I'm watching a game of chess, as I genuinely do, because
a Saturday night thing for me.
No, but if when I can guarantee it, right? I've been on this earth 26 years of my life.
Shocking.
And I've seen chess. I've seen chessboards and people playing chess. Probably say all together because again, I don't hang around them circles as a gangster. I'm gonna say 100 times, and out of them 100 times, not once have I ever walked past chess and went, "Yeah, the whites go first. Take that." That I actually guarantee you that thought has never crossed any sane person's mind in the history of the game. But now these people have turned out that and looked at it and says, "Oh, actually, hold on a second. That means that this is racist. That is a sign of white supremacy."
Imagine being the bright spark.
And you're just sitting there going, "It's a game of fucking chess."
The guy who sat there and thought that, you know what, this is indicative of the patriarchy and white privilege within the world, that the white piece goes first.
There was a magic game. There's a magic game in America that's built around a fictional land of all wizards and shit, and they've had to cancel. The game creators have sacked the artist and have vowed to change cards because they have the Black Knight is the baddie and the White Knight is the good guy. And that's a representation of systemic racism or fucking... It could be transphobia. I have no idea. It's absolutely
is no
radio.
Longer dark and light is no longer light. You know what I mean? It's Orwellian to the fucking umptest. You know what I mean? It's double speak. It's flippant speech. It's up is down. Fucking left is right. It's changing everything. So it's everything.
There's no other thing about as well is, Tara, sorry about interrupting you as well, just so I can say to these fucking head cases, nobody gets a memo. Do you know what I mean? You know, they don't. You all have you all resist in this echo chamber, and you all tell each other and go, "Oh my God, you white privilege and the patriarchy." And then you walking down the road, just mind your own business, going, "Are we going? We're going there. I'm gonna go to Manchester. Oh my God, Manchester! Oh my God, you're such a white privilege." And you have this argument with this head case because you said Manchester, and apparently that means that Manchester is a patriarchal or whatever. And you're sitting there going, "What? No. So they're trying to change." I seen the thing today where apparently they're not allowed to say master bedroom anymore. Blacklisted has been moved off the thing. And you're just sitting here shaking your head going, "You absolute scummy fucking racist bastard."
I think it was Ben Gilroy or something put up. It was like a diagram of a brake on your car, and it had the master valve and the slave valve or something. It was right, everybody has to cut their brakes because you're not allowed to have brakes in your car now because they're racist.
Do you know what? Again, I was watching Sky Sports News today, and there was this BLM guy on, and he was making a point about education. And this is when you have to reach this low, it gets tiresome. But he was talking about who invented the light bulb. Thomas Edison. We all know that. But who invented the filament? And they're all going, "I don't know." And he goes, "Yeah, you don't know because it's a black man." And it's like, no, because you came after the fact of the actual invention. Who invented the car? Henry Ford. Who invented the car, Brian?
Yeah.
Nobody fucking knows that because we're not taught any of that sort of stuff. We don't go, do you know what I mean? Oh, who invented the light bulb? Oh, yeah, but you know who invented the box?
Come here. Who invented Microsoft? Everyone would say Bill Gates. Bill Gates didn't fucking build a computer program.
No.
You know what I mean?
But this is what I'm saying. Like, so when it's like when you have to go like this, and it's like
pathetic,
that's your justification that the system is racist because we're not taught who created the filaments for it.
And I'll be honest, fucking tear the system down if that's what you want. Have at it. Have at it. Fuck it, like.
No, man, because I have a bit of a sore back. I can't fight all these.
Yeah, no, but like there is a lot wrong in the world. There is a lot wrong, but in my opinion, it's classism, not racism.
Yeah, but it is.
I grew up in the 80s, and I mean, you talk to your parents, my parents, they had nothing. When I was growing up, we had nothing. Ireland was still a fucking third world country or something when we were growing up in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had nothing. We had a little bit of a Celtic boom and lost the run of ourselves for a while, but that was quickly shut down.
I didn't, because my mum and dad had 6 boys. I don't even think we had a telly. I'd explain the 6 boys.
You know what I mean? Like, you talk about this fucking white privilege and all. It's like, man, like in Ireland isn't a bad country, but it's been through fucking hell. How long do you want to go back? The history of Ireland is rife with fucking pillage, rape, and murder.
And that's only Mofu.
If you that was only last week. Like I want me reparations from fucking Iceland. 25% of Iceland's fucking DNA is directly from Ireland. They came over here, they robbed all our women and brought them back to Iceland and fucking married them and fucking started their bloodlines. That's patriarchy. I want fucking reparation. How stupid is it? You know what I mean? History is fucking history. Ireland's not a bad place to live now.
No.
Like, well,
it is, but not because of anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, cause it's great for me because like this weather, so I'd have these shorts and all on, wrap it. But you know what I mean? Yeah, Ireland has its problems, but it's not the problems that you keep trying to force upon us and pop up on us. It's not that. That's not our problems. Like our problems are way deeper than what you're trying to. Like, you guys are trying to instigate over here instead of going to go. Oh, we need to teach this and skip. No. We don't. We have like a whole government in control that not one single person voted for. They are splashing in our face that they are better than us. They're telling us, oh my God, you can only have 6 people at your funeral and they all have to be from the same house and 2 of them have to be wearing a red hat and one of them has to have a tennis shoe in there. It's like, all these kind of rules and guidelines for our funerals. And then any time a Garda dies, they're fucking rolling out the street. But every single time, when Leo's getting caught out in the park, it's like, oh, well, everyone kind of does it. We're all just, oh, really? Because you're sitting there giving out about people that are out on the beach now at the minute saying, oh, they have to go home and they're killing people. Yeah, killing them dead to their dead. Fuck off. You can do what we can't.
It's the self-police and shit. The majority of people just get on with it, and it's the fucking whingers, the little bitches at home going, oh, you were out having fun in your front garden when you should have been, and you weren't even social distancing and all. Like, I remember every one of you fuckers. I remember every one of you. I haven't forgot.
I'm not having fun, so nobody else can.
Fucking bunch of Karens. Even to say Karen now was fucking, you know what I mean? You're insulting people. And
but in fairness, you're only insulting Karens, so.
Imagine being a Karen now.
I kind of am though. Like, not that. Like, I'm a.
Yeah, are a Karen.
When I walk into a shop and the guys are being dickheads and like. Sometimes, no, not all the time, because I deal with my common sense kind of going to understand. But when people are, whenever you're in purchasing and handing over your money and they're kind of being a bit blah blah blah, I will say to them, I'll be that guy. I went back to Burger King before because I get the same burger every single time I go to Burger. If you go to Burger King, lads, right? No, just trust me, just buy it once. XL bacon double cheeseburger with lettuce, mayonnaise, and onion. That's it. Just try it. Holler back, right? Anyway, I get that burger every single time, and then there was one time, like a few times they'd gotten it wrong, and I obviously got it home, and I just kind of, fuck it, I just not enjoy it or eat it anyway. And then one day, hard day, got it my way home from work, stop, jump off, check it out, gone, straight back down to Burger King, and I just lost it. I just lost it. And I would never normally do it, and I was just like saying,
that's like some falling down shit. That is.
But that's kind of what it was.
What do you mean? It's 11:05. The breakfast menu was finished.
It's like, yeah, it was like, because I kind of went on like proper rant mode. Because anyone was just, look at the back of your t-shirt. It says, have it your way. You're telling me to order my burger my way because that's your slogan. So I ordered my burger my way and you gave me the burger you decided to give me. what the fuck is up with that?
You're not
And they got
fucking-
really
you're not
sorry. And I go,
half
no, don't
argumentative, are you?
apologise yet. Let me have me rant. Like, I will apologise at the end of all this. I know I will, but I have to vent because I had to drive all the way back. I was looking forward to this. I'm fucking starving. And now I have to come all the way back because it's not enjoyable. I'm giving you this money for something that I'll go, oh yeah, I will treat myself. And this is not enjoyable. Fucking sort it and stop making that mistake. I'm here. It's the 4th time you've got it wrong. It's the 1st time I'm coming back about it. Stop fucking. Like, I literally went on one of these kind of, I said this to them. I was like, stop fucking doing it. Just stop. Ruin. I get this burger the same order every single time I come here. I have never even tasted your fucking.
The poor guy probably walked back and was like, I can't do this job anymore. I only get paid fucking 8. You know what I mean? You ruined some poor guy's life.
No, but I was firm. But I wasn't. You fucking dickhead, get me a manager. Because I did, and again, because I'd done the job before. Like Burger King was my first job when I was like 15 or something like that. I'd done the job. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Press the button. You can press the like ad. There's an ad button on it. It's only 3 letters. Ad, and then you press the slogans or the symbols. Boop boop boop. There you go, Roger. Your burger will be on the way. You'll be a happy camper at home.
Fairness, I don't get too mad about that sort of shit because I've worked in those sort of places. I've worked in Texas fried chicken and shit like that, and I've done deliveries for a lot of takeaways over the years. Man, sometimes you're so busy, or there's fucking so many orders, or some people are just the dickheads. And
no, I understand, but a lot of the time I let it go.
Yeah,
but there's times when you go into Karen mode. Like, you just have to because you.
The same way, having been a delivery driver, it fucking drives me mad. Cunts that won't tip you. Just throw someone €2, you miserable fucking bastard, you. Miserable bastard. Cunt fucking tracks fucking up 3 flights of stairs or something with your pizza. Give him €2, will you, just cunts?
Oh, I won't order unless I have money for it. Like, unless I have change, because then we order
or
like
if it's €20 and you only have €20, I'd fucking scrape them somewhere, you know what I mean?
But no, I'll say to you, man, look, at next time I'll catch you on that, I'll let you know change.
I've heard that
one. The €2 is the standard. €2 standard.
Fucking
I mean, even when they're late, you ever get down, you're sitting there waiting, and they go, oh, yeah, but you're 20, and you go, super, and you have your plate, and you're sitting there going, look at the plate.
Fucking napkin tucked in, ready to go.
Every car door you hear, go, whoop, that's it, me dinner's here. And then it's like, no, it's only merely across the street. Come back from a one night. But, you know what I mean? And then it's like every fucking car, every car just, and then it's an hour late. And they go, wait, oh, what the fuck is that? And you walk down to a man and they go, well, fuck, I swear to God, we'll look down here to him, it better be hot. And if it's not hot, you walk over and you go, yeah, it's having a patch. So you go, that's for you. And you just walk back in and then you just eat your shit, you're over it. Like. Always tip our delivery drivers. And if you haven't got it sometimes, it's like, it's always weird. No, like during the pandemic, the proper pandemic, when you were still kind of doing it, but you were kind of basically fucking ratchet and legging it, like, you know what I mean? Or throwing it in the air and then they run off and go, catch it, like, I'm not getting the field. Like, you couldn't tip then because
there were a lot of them were doing it on the apps and all. Yeah, I was talking to a lad who done it, and he said it was a pain in the bollock. Some people would leave a tip out for you, but the majority of people now they were able to have the option on, I think, when they ordered it, to add a tip to it. But then he was saying the problem with that was
keeping it
through the computer on the shop, that the shop takes a cut of it and all. Like, there was murder over it, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I mean. Now, I'd rather give it to you, man. And if I have
them €2, you live off that. You get €2 for a delivery. You go out with 3 or 4 deliveries. You're driving around, might take you half an hour. You get a tenner for your deliveries. But you might get an extra 10, 15 quid in tips. That's where you make your money, you know what I mean? And it's only just €2. Boom, your order comes to $16.50. Give them the 20, like, don't be a miserable cunt, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've often done that as well.
I do my part for all my fucking brothers out there doing that delivery.
No, but again, it's common decency.
Yeah.
And
the same working in trades and all, like, I'd always, if I had a man in fixing the fucking washing machine or fucking whatever, I always throw a coffee.
You have to get them to take coffee first.
Yeah, it's standard.
Take coffee. And you never Joey knows nowadays, well, sorry for interrupting you, they don't take it to a coffee anymore. And it only means with the COVID shit, like, when the lad came in here to fix our dishwasher, I mean, I could have done it myself, but we're renting and fuck, so I was just like, we got in and I was like, do you want to take a coffee? And he's like, oh God, no. We knew we wanted a cup of coffee. I don't know if he's just being polite or if it's a new kind of thing, but there's been a few times I've asked him, did you want a cup of coffee? And I make a nice cup of coffee. So it must be a new thing. Maybe not allowed, maybe not sure or something.
Yeah, would it be because you're ginger? And
but I'm a delight. So when I come in, I'm pleasant. Unless they walk in Burger King, then I run a fucking. No, Yeah, no, I think I'm pleasant. No, I think we should
I was walking in Ellen's house there the other day,
continue.
and she gave me a plastic cup of tea, and we wanted us to wear masks. Now, in fairness, she was saying her sister was cancer. She was going for scans and she was in remission or whatever, but they had to be very careful with her or whatever. So she offered us a cup of tea, but the cup of tea came out in a plastic cup that we had to throw in the bin when we were finished. And it was like, all right, bit odd, but a cup of tea is a cup of tea. You know what I mean?
I think that's like she's just being sensible, but still nice. There's some people, if you ever go down, you used to walk and you go into like, you would down say the carpets in someone's gaff, and you're like, yeah, don't use the toilet. Like, I'm a human. We pissed. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, yeah, just there. There's a pub across the road there. You can go to the pub. Yeah. Go to the fucking pub, all right. We're coming back to fix the carpet. You're going down with love. Yeah, people. Some people, man. Some people. Yeah, but always take your drivers, and I always buy Class A's music when they see it online because it's fantastic. And don't watch my battles because you will be really offended if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
This day and age, if you're new to battle rap, stay the fucks away from me because you will literally have a seizure. Like, I'm a prick.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Anyway, folks, that was number 2. If it's your first time listening, I hope you enjoy it. If you've come back for more, God love you. You should have learned your lesson after the last one. And hopefully there'll be a few more on the way. We're going to try and keep this a regular thing, keep rolling over. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We'll get Facebook up and running, all that shit. So it's all coming down the line. So.
And we're also thinking about doing reaction videos as a separate as well. So let us know. Oh, I haven't told you yet. It's that fucking weird, man. I can't tell you. We had a dream last night. We told you about this. Yeah, no, anyway, yeah. So after this, we're going to talk to Tera about us doing reaction videos. If you think he should let me do it, or let us do it. Yeah, just tell him.
And any suggestions for topics or anything like that, hit us up. We might start, in the future doing some live shit or whatever. We'll get people commenting as we're going or whatever and answer questions. Or if you have any questions you want us to answer, send them in. We'll have a yap about it, yeah? All right. Peace out. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you next time.